I was born in Maun, which is the gateway to the Okavango Delta. I have worked in Australia for 15 years. I'm a Motswana-born vet. My name is Dr. Ben.
Very easily, actually. Really, he could have 2 a day, but I'm hoping that with the painkillers you won't need to buy more than 2.
This cough that you're taking is not a cough, but it's like a sore throat. So that's what happens there.
Julia, one of the vets I work with, or the vets who work with me, Dr. Julia is from Malta.
Look, now you can see what we're trying to clean.
Now, whilst the clinic is in Tlokwe, I actually do a lot of work outside Gaborone. So I call myself a highly itinerant vet. I was born in Maun, which is the gateway to the Okavango Delta. I have worked in Australia for 15 years. I'm a Motswana-born vet. My name is Dr. Ben.
So it's about 8-9 different diseases that cause sudden death.
Very easily, actually. Really, he could have 2 a day, but I'm hoping that with the painkillers you won't need to buy more than 2.
This cough that you're taking is not a cough, but it's like a sore throat. So that's what happens there.
Hey, Cat.
What's up, dog?
Dr. Ben here has a case of urinary incontinence.
You mean Doc has a urinary problem?
Yeah, don't be such a cat. Just watch.
I was born in Maun, which is the gateway to the Okavango Delta. I have worked in Australia for 15 years. I'm a Motswana-born vet. My name is Dr. Ben.
So it's about 8-9 different diseases that cause sudden death.
Very easily, actually. Really, he could have 2 a day, but I'm hoping that with the painkillers you won't need to buy more than 2.
This cough that you're taking is not a cough, but it's like a sore throat. So that's what happens there.
Hey, Cat.
What's up, dog?
Dr. Ben here has a case of urinary incontinence.
You mean Doc has a urinary problem?
Yeah, don't be such a cat. Just watch.
She's had a problem with leaking from the bladder for a couple of years, and the homeopathic hoping that it was just a muscle issue, so he was giving her something to strengthen her muscles. So for a while it sort of worked, and then it didn't work anymore, but I've got a feeling that at the time she had the operation, so she had puppies, I think probably the area was damaged. So she licked wee-wee a lot. So I've made this sort of nappy thing that she wears and I wash.
Has she ever been on any other medication other than the homeopathic?
No.
Now, when she licks urine, is it in its sleep or
No,
it's
through the
anytime?
day.
How old is she?
She's about 8. Ginger.
What's her name?
Ginger. She's been licking wee-wee for about 3 years, and the homeopathic doctor was helping so much, and then it just suddenly stopped working, so we gave it.
So she's had urinary incontinence for about 3 years.
At least that, yeah.
but it's been under control with some homeopathic
And
stuff.
now we don't know what to do because the homeopathic stuff isn't working.
When was, I'm assuming she has been spayed.
Yeah.
So she was spayed when she was young.
Yes. And initially it wasn't showing up as too much of an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the years went by, it's just got worse.
So what happens in that case is, as urine is being made, instead of being collected in the bladder, which is a receptacle, it keeps continuously dripping out. If that is the case, in our situation, in most cases, I would say the dog has been living with it for 3 years. We can manage it because we are not going to have any medication that's going to stop it. We can do surgery where we do a transposition of this, we move it, and we open an opening in the bladder and permanently fix it there. So in that case, it's leaking into the bladder. Now, you've started with the hormone replacement therapy. It didn't work.
Years ago, yeah. Years ago.
There's 2 treatments. One treatment which we often try first because it's cheap, it's readily available, is of course hormone replacement therapy. And that is on the basis that the sphincter is loose because there is a deficiency of estrogen. Happens because, or we see it more in dogs that have been spayed. Usually dogs that haven't been spayed, they say. And the reason why it's the most likely thing is because this dog didn't start with the problem when it was a puppy. It started in adulthood. The ectopic ureter, you would have seen it pretty much straight away throughout life because it's there. It's incontinent, even when young. But when this starts, when about 5 years old, almost always is estrogen responsive. But you can use estrogen or you can use propantherine, which I don't know how easily we can get it here, but it's the alternative when estrogen is not working. It's something that I will have to investigate to see if we can get. Is you inject a radio-opaque substance into the bloodstream. It's got affinity to the kidney. It goes straight to the kidney into the urine, but it colors the kidney. And then this. And then as it colors the kidney, they look white as if it's bone. And as urine comes through, it also gets colored. So you can see that they are actually emptying into the bladder. Spaying is desexing. So basically you are stopping the dog from ever having babies. So in dogs, what we usually do is we do a surgery, we take out both the uterus and the ovaries. So once we've taken that out, the dog will never have babies. It won't get into their 6-monthly period. It won't be on heat. So in the case of the dog we saw previously, some dogs, once we take the ovaries, the estrogen, the female hormone, is responsible for tightening the sphincter, so it closes the bladder. So once we take that hormone, it doesn't close the bladder properly, so the urine keeps leaking out. So that's incontinence, urinary incontinence.
Ready happy to you. Ready happy to you. Dr. Ben loves you. Dr. Ben loves you.
I'm just like, yeah, man, African man, true African man. Yeah, I now Mama Shia came into the picture.
Yeah, Mama Shia came in.
Then Mama Shia sort of shifted everything.
But they're not far.
Huh?
The crows are not far.
Yeah,
They're not far from the borehole.
yeah, no, they're not far.
For reticulation,
But you won't even feel it. Isn't it better? Imagine a woman who does not know how to castrate will actually feel it. Yeah? It's worse. Please do get some good drugs in the meantime. Slowly. Just check the dog outside.
I always say, you know, when we're young, you go to primary school, you do standard 1 up to standard 7, and you graduate. And you go to junior secondary school, graduate. See, secondary school, senior, you know, university, first year to fourth year, and then you are given a degree. But marriage is the only institution where when you knock, you are already given a certificate. But all these institutions, you are given a certificate at the end. When you graduate, primary school living, junior school living, you know. And I said, there's something about this institution.
when you get certified before
you get a certificate when you start. Just when you knock at the door, there is no certificate to start.
the person runs away.
The person runs away.
Almost drops it off.
Why? All along I've been working hard and being given a certificate.
This one I get it before I work
I get it before I work hard.
Chris, the British guy,
Yeah.
you know, he once said to me, you know, the thing with marriage, that what me worried was, every guy who gets married tells you, hey man, you shouldn't get married. Get married, it's great. Nah, you are never invited to a millionaire's club just like that.
Yeah.
You know there's something not right.
That's true. That's true. No, but then it's pure luck. To have been able to meet the right person, your person. And if you do, you'll enjoy it.
But our parents,
It's amazing.
They knew how to do it.
Yeah. It's amazing. If you do, but when you come back and you don't have a problem talking about your day and talking about your worries and your fears and just opening up, you'll be the wrong person. You'll be in hell for the rest of your life.
They're quite relaxed actually. They calm down. They like to remember. You can't decide what is going to happen to this dog. You should have learned by now that a dog and a human think in a different way.
I know, but if I was a dog,
How do you know?
by the time I wake up, bite everybody in here. Like, bite, the doctor, bite.
Uta aliki yam takwan farm.
What else?
Na ke emela go go wena. O dire ke bua le phone. Ke transfer madi. Ke ne ke bona go reka cement ha metsi mo time.
Bra go pele ga
Go ruko pele ga rona. A re ke gona le mo le pola itse tseno mo le pola. No, so the cruise like no bulaki. No, mota go ena re no. Mo rolo tse re biki. Ere ke tene ntse le go gonna nna go gonna. Be ke disa ra maroba because ne ke biditse motho ka tsa go ba otsa. 46. Na bona 46 yo. Then we are there. Now we have a challenge. The keys. No, we'll make a plan.
you just wait 30 minutes.
30 minutes the guy will be here maximum, or I'll try and see what they usually do with the gate.
You think they do something?
They do something, I know, and I've told them never ever do that. Another one.
Yeah, because that one is very pale, and she's not. Her color isn't getting better, so I'm worried that if I open her up, she will not recover from it. So I will. At the moment, I'm just going to let her wake up from the surgery. We'll treat her, and then I will do it in 2-3 weeks' time.
2 weeks.
Probably 3.
Hey, he's speeding. He'll be here.
No, speeding is not good.
Then I'm not, because I come to this speed zone sometimes I have to be. Just wait. Sometimes I'll sleep in the car. There are times when the farmer is coming from another direction. I'm coming from another direction.
I'm coordinating that.
Yeah. And then there's points where there's no network.
Let's go. Come. Let's go. Come, boys, come. Come to them. Come. Let's go. You boy. You. Come, boys, come. Come. It's okay.
So euthanasia is when we essentially allow an animal to die, usually by chemical ways. Or methods, the way that we use is a chemical that is a very high dose of anesthetic. So they just fall asleep, and because it is very high in dose, they just pass on. So the body won't have the chance to compensate, and the heart stops, the breath stops, and then the brain will also let go.
Let's go. Good boy. Good dog. Let's go. My friend, who the guy is not here.
Shambo. Leaving the woman alone. This cripple. The python. Python. The python.
But now I want to relocate. So that's why I said my plans were kind of I started here and then I got a nice place again in Mamashia. So I was like,
No, didn't I allow?
Fencing. We took to fence here gate. What else in a fence here gate? Yeah, they told to the plate. What's all very tall? Kissing and I fence here the boat so that how to get here. I want to pay that for you want to tell you, you want to tell you, didn't I? Ladies, so it was 4 or 5 days. After 4 or 5 days, ladies are ready to get out of town. Barrio of the village, or the Kenchi. So that's a Calamau, what they take a Catarama Semi, long 18 short 80.
You just said that it's going to put, well, euthanasia, you just said that.
Okay.
But I did sign a...
You did sign a
consent
consent.
form.
Alright, okay. Alright, so what I usually said, just so you know, the chemical that we use is like a very high dose of anesthetic, okay? So he's just going to fall asleep, okay? And then it's quite fast, okay? So don't get afraid.
I see.
But he will just fall asleep, okay? And you will see that the breath goes pretty quickly and then the body follows.
I try to explain to people what a good quality of life might be for an animal, and that animals don't think the same way that we do, and we have to respect them for it. They don't think in a way that I can live with 3 legs for the next 2 years and I should endure the pain of a big surgery so I can be for 2 more years with this family. They think of now. They think of, can I eat? Am I in pain? Can I move around? Can I do the things I want to do? And animals do feel frustrated as well if they can't do certain things. So I try to explain to owners that we need to try to feel for that situation as well.
Under the skin. Same. That's I'm going to put it in good tone. I get
Just make a plan.
this one pregnant.
Are you sure some of them are not getting double?
We are hoping not.
Shouldn't do much. Have a look here. Prevents so many diseases. Only
9 plus
one vaccine.
9 plus 26 is 40.
That's the Multivax, huh?
Yeah, it's a Multivax P. So prevents against Clostridium perfringens, Clostridium septicecum, Clostridium novi, Clostridium chovei, Pasturella manemia, Pasturella trahalosi. So it's about 8-9 different diseases that cause sudden death. That's why we are doing it.
Just comfort him, okay? Because he's obviously scared because he can feel that something is up, okay? Is there any medication at the moment?
No,
Okay.
I will stop everything. It's okay, boys.
If I know the owners very well, sometimes we even hug it out, and I've even cried with very good clients of mine. You know, when you know a client for years and months, and you've talked for a lot on the phone, and together you share a bond, and you also feel for them very much. It's a bit different now during COVID, though.